We often distinguish between the grief we share with the world and the tears that fall in total isolation. When no one is there to witness your sorrow, the silence itself adds a heavy, suffocating layer to the pain. You can find words for a lost job or a difficult breakup, but there is a deeper, internalized ache that defies explanation. It sits in the chest, complex and quiet, making it impossible to tell the world what is actually wrong. This lack of communication creates a psychological loop. Without an external perspective, the mind begins to believe that this loneliness is the only reality that exists. When that silence lasts for weeks or months, the brain starts treating this period like a terminal dead end. You begin to view your life as a story that has already reached its final, broken page. The weight of that perspective naturally breeds negativity. This isn't a flaw in your character. It's the mind's standard reaction to feeling unheard for far too long. But consider a different possibility. What if that empty, silent void is actually occupied by an observer who is hyper-aware of every single thought? You only feel like you've reached the end of your story because you are assuming you're the only one reading it. Radharani sees the pain you can't describe to anyone else. She is the witness to every hidden moment of despair. Your inability to put your suffering into words doesn't limit divine understanding. Every emotion is felt and recognized the moment it occurs, without you ever having to speak a word. This raises a difficult question. If God sees this intensity of pain so clearly, why does the suffering continue? Why doesn't the rescue happen immediately? Divine timing operates on an entirely different kind of logic. The delay suggests a deliberate process at work, rather than a lack of concern. This persistent period of pain indicates something complex is being managed behind the scenes. You are in a process that requires time to unfold. Compare construction timelines. A simple structure is built in days, but a massive fortress takes significantly longer to draw. That logic applies to you. Your weight reveals the scale of what is being authored. Internal pillars are being reinforced to hold something monumental. What feels like an agonizing delay is actually the time required to write a narrative far more significant than the quick fix you might have asked for. The frustration of the wait is often the clearest signal of the sheer size of the blessing that's coming. Your current experience isn't the end of your life. It is a difficult middle chapter in a much larger ongoing book. This chapter exists specifically for your fortification. Think of it as a process where the broken parts of your spirit are fused back together with a strength you didn't have before. This internal power is a requirement. Without the strength you are gaining right now, you wouldn't be able to safely handle the weight of the blessings being prepared for your future. Stop fighting the current timeline. Let go of the negative assumptions you've built about where this journey is headed. Release the exhausting need to explain your pain to a world that can't understand it anyway. You don't have to carry the burden of their comprehension. There is a profound relief in simple acceptance. When you trust that the silence is productive, the weight of the suffering begins to lift. Real peace begins the moment you hand the pen back to the author. Exhale the worry, trust the process, and simply say from the heart, Radhe Radhe.